This video came from YouTube.
It's trending on Twitter.
Why is it not on the news?
The lion will lie down with the lamb.
Come on! I'm starting the show here. We're rolling.
Unbiased and on the fence.
Welcome to Unbiased and on the Fence. I'm Shane. Thank you so much for joining me. I am joined by my co-host, Josee. How are you doing today, Josee?
Doing great. How are you?
It's starting to, sorry guys, this is sort of a test stream. I've had some issues. So if
You're frozen?
Yeah, I'm frozen on mine too. Yeah, this is super duper taxing. That's actually why I'm doing this broadcast right now, is to see if I can do this with my older computer, because I've had some PC issues and I'm trying to work through them and move everything over to down to one PC now, because it's just so tough to I'm trying not to move much so it doesn't have to load much into the system there. Like, don't move much. I'm just playing. But yeah, I wanted to see if I can.
But
Whoops, I lost you. Are you still there?
I am.
Okay, I'm going to kill my camera now and I'm going to let you talk. How have you been doing, Josee?
Oh, I've been doing good. I had like almost 2 weeks where I felt like I had the flu and a lot of neck pain. And I think it's like maybe my third eye starting to open up a lot more. And a lot of pain at the top of my head. You know, like pressure and on the third eye too.
Oh, okay,
And,
yeah. I've had shoulder pain myself and really
yeah,
deep sleep.
shoulder and neck. Yeah.
Probably more my left shoulder. Like, it's not like I'm not like having a heart attack or anything. It's not like radiating heart attack pain or anything. It's more like just joint pain or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and muscles too, huh?
Yeah, sore muscles. Okay, yeah, killing the camera did help a little bit, so hopefully things will pick up a little bit. But there's a couple of things I wanted to cover in this broadcast while I was testing this out. Biker Babe brought something to my attention that I don't know if you've heard yet or not, but it's well, you heard it before the show because I just brought it up. But white cars, pearl white cars, an unusually high amount of white cars on the road, and of course, you and I, we don't get out much to see that, but I wanted to present it to the audience to have you chime in the chat. You know, have you been seeing an abnormal amount of like pearl white cars? Because while I was thinking about it yesterday on my porch, I noticed that oh yeah, Kimberly S was talking about Alice & Co's new video. I didn't know there was a brand new one. I watched one from the 8th that I missed of Alice & Co, which was awesome. But yeah, so I went on the porch yesterday and I noticed a pearl white car drive by, and it made me think of Biker Babe bringing that up. And then I looked across the street and saw a couple of white cars parked on a street that's sort of adjacent to my street, and I'm like, wow, maybe there is. I don't get out enough to know, but you guys can share your experience in the chat. And because Biker Babe said her and her, I think she said someone in her family noticed it too.
Mm.
Interesting.
Yeah, I know. I know. I have noticed last couple of years more white cars, but I don't. I didn't notice like pearl white cars. But like I said, I don't. You go out more than I do, so that tells you how much I go out.
Yeah, excuse me. She brought up the fact that where she lives, it snows a lot, and it's not a preferable color because not only do you blend in with the snow, but it's hard to keep it clean with the salt on the roads and stuff. So
Same here.
Yeah, that's right. She's up by the Great Lakes, and so yeah, really not too far. Probably a couple 100 miles from wherever you are.
Yeah.
Up in Canada. So
yes.
something else that I wanted to bring up. and I have these links in the description while I'm on the subject of Biker Babe. There was, you know, Jason Kristofer did a video a while back for people to put their locations in under the videos. Now, I don't think the map's being updated, so I'm not trying to get you to go and fill out your information any longer under the video. But the map that was completed, Biker Babe took all the information, compiled it into this map, and you know, it might not have been as updated as the list under there, so if you don't see your specific area shown down here, it's okay. It's just, I think, I found it interesting when I overlaid it with the density map. It pretty much went right along with the density population map. Wherever there was lots of people, there were more people that saw the Mandela effect. And as you see here, all the English-speaking nations have people. Even if we look over in Australia, if I can get it to pull over there, the density along the edge is where all the people were.
Pull harder.
And the people along the edge were the ones. Oops. Sorry, another earthquake. So yeah, along the coast of Australia, where most of the people live, is where the dots were. So you can see it goes right along with the density maps. And let me turn this down here. And yeah, man, the storms are raging. Let me see if I can zoom in on America without it slowing down too much. Now I think the red ones were people that were affected but not deeply affected, and the blue ones were people who consider themselves to be deeply affected. Pull harder. Okay.
Oh, it's a bummer. I can't see your face, but it's all right. I can imagine it.
No, you
How are
can't.
you guys in the chat while he's pulling on his map?
I'm going to leave that one alone. Alright, I'm going to close this out to speed things up. You guys can check it out. Like I said, the link's in the description. Just what I thought. Yeah, it's a good thing I stopped it. Sorry, you guys. I'm like really limping along here. This was sort of a test to see if I'm going to even be able to stream like I normally do. I might have to just go with sound only, like a podcast, unfortunately, because it looks like I'm not going to be able. I can at least maybe not show any maps, maybe, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's at 100% right now, and I'm like, I even turned my camera off, so oh well. At least I'll be able to show my guest's face, or maybe pre-record something. Who knows? But
Yeah.
it's just how it works.
It's gonna work out. Yeah, I'm sure. You know, someone somewhere has a computer they don't use, and they're just gonna.
I'm sorry. It just froze. It was like, I'm sure someone has a computer somewhere and they're gonna. It just froze. I couldn't hear anything you said after that.
Well, you froze too, so yeah.
You're back now, so finish your sentence. Someone has a computer somewhere. Jesus is gonna tell them to send it to me or something. Is this what you're getting at?
Oh
here?
no! Like,
oh, okay.
Yeah, they have it. They're just gonna make it materialize on your porch.
No, that'd be good. Well, I don't live in the best of neighborhoods. Can I just go ahead and materialize it in my office?
Under your bed, then.
I don't have a bed frame, so I'm just kidding. I do have a bed frame. Unless it's a laptop, it won't probably fit under there.
Oh, on the kitchen table.
We're having too much fun here, aren't we? Thanks for the subscribers. I apologize for the glitchiness of the stream, and playback probably won't be much better, unfortunately.
So. I was gonna say the other day I meditated.
Yeah.
And it was the first time that happened to me. And I know I'm just a newbie in this, but I kind of dozed off at the end, towards the end of the meditation, and I just woke up and opened my eyes for a second and closed them again. And I noticed I could see the computer. I said, well, but my eyes are shut.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so clear. I could see the computer, and it was like a really clear image, you know.
Yeah.
But I couldn't, like, I was still in a daze, kind of, you know, like, but my eyes are shut, you know, like it was just,
So it's like you were seeing, but your eyes were closed. I've done that
yeah.
before, like in sort of a half asleep state when I was out in the car and I was smoking, and I remember looking down at my hands and thinking, I thought I had a cigarette in my hands, and then I started burning myself because I wasn't really looking. I was looking in my head, so
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's funny, Scott asked me, yeah, did you fly in space? And I said, no, I'm not there yet.
I was gonna wonder if
Sorry.
you accidentally put some Windex in your water or something. Maybe you're just seeing through your eyelids. I'm just teasing. Yeah, I haven't done that in a while, but I haven't really been getting much on the visual thing lately during meditation. Normally, I don't know, I get something that feels like it's just blackness, you know, just, I don't
Oh,
know.
I think I told you about that too this morning, but that was weird. Last night it was early this morning. I was asleep, and all of a sudden I just like almost sat up straight and went, wow. And
That's
it was gone. Whatever made me wake up.
whatever wowed you, huh?
I, yeah,
Yeah, you had
like
typed
there's,
that. I hadn't actually voice talk chat it yet. So you typed something to me earlier today that I read,
mm,
but so you don't know what it was, huh? You don't have any feelings about it? Nothing ever came back to you later on in the day or anything?
no, but it was wow because it like, like I, it woke me and but it was not wow fearful, like it was wow amazement, but no idea what it is. No feeling of nothing. Man, that's not fun.
What, to have the wow factor but not remember what the hell it was about?
Yeah.
I know, right? It's like I think stuff is going on. Oh, by the way, I want to say happy birthday to Nathan Sanders,
Oh
the
yeah, happy
host
birthday,
of
Nathan. I saw that today.
yeah, it's his birthday. The guy who does the synchronicity, mysticism, and Mandela Effect segment on this show. So, and it's Pi Day. It's
Yeah, he's 29 this year.
20. What? What? Add another couple of 22s on there. No, I'm just playing. No, he's 51. Couple of twos, I meant, not 22s. Yeah, he's actually 51. And a big happy birthday to him. And happy birthday to anyone out there whose birthday it is today. On Pi Day. They call it Pi Day because it's 314, like as in 3.14. So pi as in Pi, not Pie, like something you eat, but as in figuring out the circumference of a
Of a
circle.
pie.
Oh, yeah, of a pie. But any kind of pie. It can be a pizza pie, an apple pie, a pie chart, a pie graph. It can be a tire pie. But yeah,
Yeah, or a tire, or anything round, really.
yeah. Even my wife. Well, not my wife's, because I'm not that round. But yeah, it's encoded in a lot of
Oh,
things, a lot of geometry, like the pyramids and stuff like that. It's pretty interesting. So yeah, it looks like for the first time I either have green stream health or red stream health, and it's just staying at orange right now, which is
oh,
kind of weird.
just like my new bed sheets.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
that golden color. You know, I'm appreciating a new color to look at on my screen, so I'm not complaining.
No, we can't complain. Have you felt like different? I saw a lot of people chatting online today, and I didn't really look into it. I was busy, and but I felt a lot of excitement online, you know,
Yeah.
today. So some people felt something, or I don't know. What are they saying in the chat?
Here, let me minus this out here. And we'll look at this view here. Let me see if this will speed things up. Because, wow, it is just really just like creaking along here. Okay. The chat. You know, it's it's so taxed that that my typing's even delayed. I typed and I looked, and then it looked like someone was typing after me. I'm like, that's pretty creepy.
Oh, really?
It's like one of those player pianos in the old saloons where it's over there playing by itself. You know, nobody's sitting there.
It's 22:22 here.
Ah, nice. 9:22 here. So yeah, let me see. In the beginning, there was Howard the Duck. I don't think they're paying attention to us, Jose. To be honest with you.
Oh, well, it's
Oh,
always like
somebody
that.
asked the computer problems I'm having. Okay, here's the deal with the computer. It's happened several times now. I got issues with the hard drive on it, and it's a newer computer. It's well newer these days. If it's not like within the last couple of years, it's older. It was new at the time a couple of years ago. And what I mean by that, it's got like the Intel Core i7 in it. It was like an $800 laptop. I mean, it was pretty decent at the time, but the hard drive in it messes up every time Windows does one of their automatic updates on it. It's and then it won't restart. And usually, I give it a couple days, it'll start back up again, and until Windows does an automatic update without my permission. And then I go in, I change all the settings and add all the privacy back in there. And every time they do an update, they turn all their spying crap back on again that I had turned off. It's like they're doing these updates almost just to undo all of the settings that you do to make your computer more secure and to keep them from snooping. Even though if they want to, they can snoop even if you turn that stuff off. I already realized that. So it's something with the hard drive, and typically I can pull the hard drive out, connect it to my other computer, and it will I can access the files. This time it was just sitting there actually clicking like it's actually toast. So I don't know if it's ever going to get back up running again, but yeah, it's an HP Envy X360. It's the kind you're supposed to be able to use a touch screen. That ruined,
But
of course.
you're putting your
Putting what? Are you gone? Hola?
hola.
There you are.
No, I couldn't hear you for a little while. It
Oh,
was like wow, 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 wow. But that's okay. Did you try putting your hard drive in the freezer?
I did. Because I thought maybe that's why it started working before. I thought it was because it seemed like after it sat for a couple of days it would start working again. I thought, well, maybe it's just getting cold. So I stuck it in the freezer for about 10 minutes and pulled it out. It was pretty cold. Stuck it in there and still no go. So I don't know. We'll see if it.
I know,
I'll
I know,
just keep it put.
I look smart now, but there was a kid here who showed me that.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
only.
I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. This was actually yesterday. I was trying to get it going. And so now I should have replaced it when I could, because I could have just copied all my files onto a new hard drive with my other computer. But now that I
Yeah,
didn't, I probably lost those files. But as you see here
that's
with
what
the
I was.
artwork on the screen, most of my stuff is on the external drive. So I'm able to move that all over to the other computer. But this computer is like 8 years old. It's got a like an AMD quad core 3.4 gig quad core, which should be a beast, but it's I don't know. I don't know. Something about the AMD chips I'm not too fond of. Um,
Yeah, I prefer barbecue chips.
I just had some pickle chips earlier. I need to stop eating the processed food though. But yeah, that's pretty much
What?
what? You're frozen again.
Pickle?
Pickle
Pickle
chips.
chip?
Have you ever had pickle flavored chips?
Not too good. Well, sometimes, you know. I prefer sour cream and onions.
Yeah, I like them too.
Pickle is too, I don't know.
Yeah, well, I like salt and vinegar too. But
I can't you much.
yeah, I'm not sure this is gonna work out.
That
Not
sounds,
you. You're awesome. But I'm talking about this this setup I have here. I don't know.
oh,
I might just have to actually go audio only. Can you turn your camera off by any chance?
yes, I can.
Let me see if we can just go all audio and if that'll help. There we go. We'll
Let's
go with it.
see.
Let me see if that helps anything out. Might just have be one of
Mm-hmm.
those podcast audio only sort of channels.
Yeah. It's a face talking to an eye.
Mine's like, let me out of here.
Is it better?
It is better. It wasn't for a while. Maybe it just had to catch up. I don't know. It just keeps going to 100% every few seconds.
Really?
Yeah, I don't really know. Let me see what the
You
stream
know,
has to
you know
say.
what I think it is?
My computer's
We're
old and
vibrating
slow.
too high. No, we're vibrating too high.
Yeah, what if the
It's,
energies knocked my computer out? Maybe that's what happened.
yeah.
Hopefully, we just move into a new Earth that we don't even need computers. It's like all done on our chips in our brain. Not really chips. Please don't think I'm like pushing transhumanism here. I'm talking about our natural processor of our brain, not you know,
Yes.
our own consciousness, if you will. So yeah, that's
Yes.
22 minutes long. It was nice to chat with you, Jose, after dealing with my computer and just being like, you know, I don't know. Sometimes it's rough, you know. It's like you got all the problems of 3D, all the bills and the stuff breaking and not having resources to replace things if you need to, and it's just it's
I
it's a test.
know.
It can pull you down, you know what I mean? But I take it as
I
a
know.
challenge to figure out how am I going to work around this issue and just keep on trucking because I love getting on here and doing this and I love the chat. So who knows?
And we love you.
And I love each and every one of you guys too. I mean, I don't have a lot of time to chat on an individual basis to everyone, but most of the chatting I do is live so you guys can listen in anyway. And it's not a personal thing. It's just, I mean, if you if you look at all the comments, oh my gosh, I'm like, I'll spend 20 minutes leaving somebody a detailed comment with links for them to go check stuff out and things like that, and that just takes a lot of time, you know.
I know you're busy all the time.
I know.
Even I don't get to talk to him too often, and
No.
unless we go live, you know, and it's not
Yeah.
not every day.
And I talk to you more than everybody, so that gives you an idea of how
Yeah,
much I get to chat with different people.
yeah,
It's not very
yeah,
often at all. Usually it's just if they're going to be on the show or something like that.
yeah.
But hopefully things will change. We'll have plenty of time to chat it up on the other side, you know,
Yes, oh, that would be so much fun.
under some kind of fruit tree, you know,
Yeah,
eating some fruit, eating
yeah.
some sunlight in our third eye, manifesting
Mm.
some food on a plate in front of us. Here, would you like a fruit platter? Bling, there it
Yes,
is.
please.
I need some sound effects. Sorry, that was my heart sound effect. Not very
Oh, that
good.
was your heart? Okay. It sounds crystalline.
Bring.
Why? It's fun without seeing you, too,
Uh,
you know, like you can imagine.
Can imagine.
different,
Yeah.
yeah, like your heart, like I saw a little bell when you made that sound.
No, I actually said harp, like the angels play in
Oh,
heaven.
harp.
Yeah,
Well, your
harp.
heart sounds like a bell.
Yeah, it is sort of a yeah, yeah, just a quick sort of I just need some sound effects. How's that? Probably with my jokes, I need one of those. Ba-doom, psh.
Oh, I love those jokes. They're the best. They're my favorite.
Aw,
It's really,
I appreciate
yeah.
that. I wish
I
my
can't
kids
wait. I
appreciated them too.
can't wait to hear you play the guitar on your tour. And,
That would be fun.
like,
Yeah, I was
man,
talking to
that'd be
Nathan
so
about
nice.
when he wins the lottery. I'm like, dude, we need to get a big old touring bus. I got my decal machine. I can put, a Mandela Effect real big down the side of it or something. And, it'd be really cool to have a,
The Emmy band.
yeah, and then go on tour, go to different cities. You guys can come out and we can just hang out and play some music. It could be an acoustic band, so we don't have much setting up to do because I hate to carry drum sets. Get somebody with some bongos or something. And
Yeah,
no amplifiers to carry. And then we can play on the road and stuff. That'd be awesome. Nathan
yeah.
plays the piano. He can be the piano man.
Well, that's a big piece to carry.
Yeah,
Well, I
well,
guess it's.
yeah. Yeah, but I was thinking, carry a little keyboard, some kind of, cheap little keyboard, and then just go to venues like hotels that have a piano they can roll in there. Because a
I
lot of venues
see.
have those, You don't really need to mic it or anything. And
Yeah.
I got a big mouth, so I don't need no mic anyway. I'll just be, I'll just be singing without a mic.
Oh,
I'm pretty loud.
that's what we need to do. We need to dream. We need to dream every day, like just be kids again.
Yeah.
Just
Dude, in
be happy,
5D, we could
be
just materialize the instruments at each location.
yeah. Can you imagine?
Dude, that would be so freaking cool.
I
So
know,
cool.
right?
Yeah.
And you don't need to travel there. You can just
Teleport.
materialize there.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's where Scotty comes in handy.
Beam me up, Scotty. Or Scott Light Warrior Craig Scotty, who's out there. Hey, he plays the
Whoa.
bass.
Just
Way to go, Scott. We got a bass player. Gonna have to
oh
get you one of those.
nice.
Gonna have to get him one of those upright basses. Yeah, that'd be cool.
I can play the triangle.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that sounds like a lot of
Uh,
fun.
yeah.
Dude, what sounds like we got enough. We had brother Jimmy. Yeah, I haven't seen him in a little bit. I hope he's okay. But he plays the sax, so that'd be
Oh,
nice.
really?
Yeah, man, we could.
I love the saxophone.
That would be
Yeah.
so cool if we have a big enough band that we can just keep switching out people, so everybody's not playing the entire time. And then
Yeah.
I don't know.
Dan
That'd be
Dan
really
plays the
awesome.
harmonica.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
have some
That's
southern
different.
blues going on and stuff.
Yeah.
You can put that red dress
He's
up on,
pretty
on and get up on the piano. And, well, he's got the harmonica. We got Nathan on the piano.
yeah. I can actually drum. I can play the hand drum and sing Native American songs.
Ah, that would be awesome. So you can lead like the meditation service.
Yeah.
Hey, that'd be awesome. And I can just
Yeah.
lay down the deep while you yeah, it'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. Pretty cool. We need a fire, and we can dance around the fire. And oh man, and sing songs and
We'll get Quinn
oh,
Michaels there
oh yeah.
with his
I'm
meditation bowls. I love those things.
oh yeah, those are so cool.
Aren't they? Man.
Oh yeah, they make me vibrate. Like it's really, and there's so many different sounds, huh?
Yeah.
Depending on the size of the bowl and the material it's made out of, and
Mm-hmm.
it's really you can have so many different ranges
Yeah, he
of
had this one
sounds.
video where he's like out in the woods, had this meditation bowls all around him. I'm thinking, oh my God, dude, you look so crazy, but I'm so jealous. You know what I mean? It was like I knew most people would look at him and think this guy's lost it, but I was looking at him like, oh my hero. Let me borrow your meditation bowls and forest for a little bit, dude. That looks awesome.
Yeah.
Out there, got the birds chirping and the bowls ringing, and I don't know.
Oh man, that sounds really good. Yeah, I can't afford a singing bowl, so
I don't have a
but
Native
there's a lot
American
of birds.
spirit name. I don't. People ask me that about the animal. I don't. I don't really know. I say probably some kind of animal that perches on a fence, maybe like a bird or something.
I told you last time,
Cardinal, maybe like a
an
rainbow
auk.
cardinal.
No, an auk.
An auk, a hawk.
Yeah.
You guys don't say the H sounds. Did you say
Well, when we think about it, we say it. A
right?
hawk. See, I have to see the word in my head and realize that there is an H, and then oh yeah, the H is a sound too,
Right.
and
What
then
about
it's a lot
yeah?
of
Because
fun.
the only reason I said this because I noticed once you said herbs, and we generally don't say the H on that word. So I'm always fascinated with the way languages are and how they evolved. Like the word when I realized this, it like really blew my mind. The word Gnostic, right? Or gnosis, and it's got the
Mm,
G, and you don't say the G sound because it sounds like you're saying gno, right? Well,
yeah.
in Spanish, to know someone is like conozco, right?
Hmm.
So it's like kno. Well, in our language, the word know, like K-N-O-W, to know something, is really kno, and we just don't say the K sound. So once I
Yeah.
realized there was this, you can see the connection with the word gno or gnostic or gnostic with the G, or we say it with
Hmm.
agnostic. We'll put the G in there because it's got the A in there. But to see how they were all, to realize they were all the same word along these different languages was just mind blowing to me because I could actually see the evolution of the word through the languages, and it made me realize conozco, like in Spanish to know, and cano in our language, and we don't say it that way. So yeah, it's just neat.
In French, it's connaître.
It is?
Yeah,
Wow,
connaître. Yeah,
that's amazing. Yeah, I've
yeah.
noticed the similarities with French and Spanish too.
Oh
S-
yeah, there are a lot.
some
French,
singers.
Italian, Spanish,
Yeah,
Portuguese.
Italian, Portuguese, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Some of the words are the
it's
same,
the same.
like canto. Is
It's
canto sing in French?
chanter. It's
Sh-
similar. It's the same root.
Right,
It's but the grammar is that's what is so similar.
right.
Like if you wanna uh learn how to write it properly, the tenses and everything,
Hmm.
it's pretty similar in every Latin languages.
So there is
But
like feminine and masculine words in French, like there is in Spanish, or
yeah,
there is? Okay.
exactly.
That was
Yeah.
always difficult to me, for me to,
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah.
But I heard once you learn your first, second language, then it gets easier because,
See, Spanish is my third, so
right.
I'm good.
And that was probably easier. That was probably easier than English, right? I mean, more similar.
No, I always had like I started to learn English in grade school and I always liked it.
Hmm.
I was always attracted to different languages, different cultures.
Hmm.
So for me it was always easy to get interested in learning. So
Right.
I think that's all you need really.
No,
If you
I don't
have a
know. I was
really
pretty interested in learning Spanish. I took 3 years of it. I went through what they call it, the Rosetta Stone. I went through Michel. I can't even think of the guy's name. I've gone through a lot of stuff, and I even have an extensive vocabulario. But still, it's like it's putting it into practice. It's just the way my brain thinks. I think I'm too. I need to be immersed into the culture for a while. I think is like
Yeah.
probably my
But
final
it's the
step.
best way. That's how I learned my Spanish, just by going to Mexico.
Yeah, and hearing it because when I listen to, because I used to even watch Univision a bunch just to hear how people say things, and I'd watch like Cristina, the talk show, and just hear the people talking, and it was like it was hard for me to figure out where one word ended and the next word began because Spanish speakers speak so fast that it's like, wait, what did they say? I don't know. It's like it's like
Yeah.
adios, for instance.
Hmm.
I might mistaken that for something God or something. Like if the ah sounds like it was part of the word before it. You see what I'm saying? I'm just throwing it out as an
Yeah,
example.
yeah, it's you have to feel it more.
That's why you did. You're a feeler. I forgot.
I'm a feeler.
You gotta feel it,
But I
baby.
remember yes, it's everywhere in your body. You gotta feel it. When I went to Mexico with Dan the first time, well, you've seen Dan. He doesn't look Mexican at all.
Hmm.
He's tall, blonde guy with blue eyes. Who, for those of you who didn't see him, and I remember first time ever, we go to a restaurant and the waitress just stares at me and starts talking to me like, and Dan keep answering. I kept looking at Dan for help, but she kept looking at me even though Dan was answering her.
Right.
It's like I was like,
That's.
okay.
I remember when I was a teenager, we went out to eat with the Spanish family, and she was doing the interpreting. So she talked to the waitress, and then she talked to us. And at one point, she got confused, and she looked at me and started speaking to me in Spanish. And I'm like, "You got it mixed up, man. I have no idea what you're saying." And she started laughing, and she said, "Oh, do you want the blah 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 or the blah blah blah?" And it was just a funny situation. But I'm always impressed at the way people can, interpret. They can listen. Like I've seen it where like preachers will be preaching, or just the speaker in general will be speaking, and someone's sitting there and repeating them. You see like I don't know. It's just amazing. Like you see these missionaries over in other countries,
Hmm.
and then like this African guy is like saying it in his African language, repeating the guy, and it's just, man, that would be so difficult to translate on a fly like that. I mean, are you able to do that pretty easily?
Well, to a certain extent, it depends on the subject, right?
Right.
If it's everyday life, yeah, sure, it's easy, like I
Mhm.
did it because Dan's kids never wanted to learn French. I've been with Dan 17 years in a few weeks.
Well,
And
congrats.
but I used to talk, thank you. I used to speak French with my daughter all the time, and they could have, easily, if they wanted, learned, but they didn't want to.
Right.
Um, but I would translate everything, like all the time.
Have you noticed how you have to
And
hold your mouth different for the specific language you're speaking? Like when I speak Spanish in my mouth, I just hold my tongue in the position and everything. And I notice that's sort of like when you're speaking French, it seems like you have to keep your teeth closer together because there's a lot of zhib, 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 you know what I mean? Sounds.
well, yeah, it's a lot sexier, that's why.
Yes, it is. Jose.
So,
Fancier.
yeah.
It's fancier
Well,
for
I
sure.
I notice when I speak English, yeah, my tongue doesn't go to the same place.
Yeah,
It, for me, it's a lot easier to speak French
right.
or even Spanish than to speak English. Some words, like I have to,
It's like you have to keep everything out of the way with English. Like no teeth close
well,
together,
it's
no
just,
tongue close to the roof, no,
yeah.
you know.
That's why sometimes it's hard for me to remember, like the H, the H's, the H's.
Hmm.
I'll often miss those, like, and but people are funny. You know, like my mother-in-law, instead of oh, just oh yeah, she just goes, "What? What did you say?" Like yeah,
Right.
horse. I
Oh, and
want to ride a
you probably get Jose quite a bit too, with the J being an H sound in Spanish, right? Or Jose,
um
Jose.
no, it's funny. It's more like well, I get them to call me Josefina. Josefina
Right.
because
It's
it's
closer.
hard for them to say Jose,
Right.
like Jose, it's harder.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I don't care as long as you talk to
Well,
me.
I could
It's
actually
okay.
come across like Jose in Spain. Huh.
Yeah, and
That's quite a bit different. Yeah, it's like my name. Shane is Sean and John, and all of them are, or Jean, or Jean. All of those are really the same name in different languages. You know what I mean?
Sean.
Yeah. And Jean.
Uh,
And Juan. And, yeah, so, yeah, you can really see the evolution of how it goes. Pretty cool.
it's funny when my mom gave me my name. My my great grandmother's name was Josephine, and she thought my mom was trying to make fun of her name by calling me Jose.
All
I don't know why
right.
she got upset, but apparently, yeah.
Well, that's a cool
Hey,
name.
you
I
losing
remember.
your
I did knock over a stack of quarters here, grabbing my vape tool. I was gonna ask if you go by JoJo a lot, or do you pronounce it JoJo?
It's funny you asked that because my grandpa, my mother's father, used to try to give us nicknames, and he tried to call me Jojo a few times, and I wouldn't answer. My mom kept saying I gave my kids short names so nobody would give them nicknames,
Right,
and you know, and she didn't like it, so no, I didn't. But my sisters sometimes will call me Jo, just
right.
just Jo. But
That's funny because I've had a one syllable name my whole life, and people always feel like they need to add to it. So, growing up, my friend across the street was like Shiny Shane, which now I see it's like it was little hints being dropped subconsciously to me, and he didn't even realize it, of course. But
yeah,
this glowing light. Because I was even thinking earlier about one of my favorite songs as a kid was that church song, "I'm gonna let my light shine," where it's like hiding under a bushel. No, I'm gonna let it shine. You might not know that song, but
I
it's a
think
song,
I
and I
know it.
remember loving that song, and just about shining a light to the world, But yeah, or people call me Shaner, things like that. It's like nobody ever wants to call you what your name is, but the one that's people just accidentally call me more than anything is Sean. Like Sean,
Uh,
and I don't even really notice it anymore. I used to as a kid. No, no, it's Shane, but now it's been done so many times. I'm Sean. If somebody says Sean, I turn and think they're talking to me because it happens so much.
I'm gonna call you Shaning.
Shaning, Shaning one.
No, I'm just gonna call you Shane.
And it's funny, my email is Shane C. Rob, and people will say, Shanecrob? It's like- but my initials being SCR, it's perfect because they're all consonants, and like my other YouTube channel, the one I've had longer, is SCR animation. So it creates this new word, scranimation, and I love it because I was an animator. I had my own word for my own animations, scranimations. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's cool.
So it works out.
Yeah, I have Jesus Christ initials.
JC,
Yeah, yeah,
that's tight. JC.
I know, right?
Like, I'm Jesus Christ. My dad calls me all the time. Jesus Christ. for a second. I don't even know how much of this is even coming through. Can you guys even hear us? Because
Yeah, can you hear us?
I can hear you, but when I look at like, I don't know. Maybe it's Shane.
Are they talking in the chat?
Yeah. They're coming up with nicknames for us, it looks like.
Oh,
Oh, for me.
I'd like to hear that.
It's awesome. Yeah, you can just turn my Shane into two syllables. Josee. Josee. That's us together. Josee. Josee. Welcome to the Josee Show. Oh my god. They're laughing and having a good time. So that's all that really matters.
Well,
that's all that
that's
really
good.
matters.
No.
So anyway, I guess I'm going to wrap this up in case it goes a little too long and it's not. Oh, there's Jason Kristofer. What is up, man? I was actually...
Yeah, we were talking about you.
Yeah, I was talking about the map video. I've got the map linked in the description as well as the video where you were talking about the map because I was in the other day. I saw Casey Cat was like, hey, where's the map? And I left a link for her. And big thank you to Biker Babe for compiling all that data because, gosh, I know it wasn't a quick thing. And
yeah, that's impressive.
Yeah, and it really went along with the density map. Like I said, wherever there was a concentration of people, there was a concentration of Mande1a Effect affected people. And love to have you on sometime too, Jason. Probably once I get my computer issues worked out here because it's like really... we might be able to do like a voice only thing or something. I'm just trying to figure out how we're going to do next Monday's podcast. Might have to go sound only. That's okay. He's got mainly screenshots anyway. And so yeah.
Well,
so,
it's all right too. You know, like it's nice to see your face, but your voice is nice too.
I could take a picture, put my face up there like a...
Yeah, that would be nice actually. Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, I'll do it right now. There I am, my cartoon version.
Yeah,
And we need to get a more complete one. Just that eyeball just ain't working. Maybe we get a picture of your face and put that where your third eye should be. Like your third eye's peeking through your forehead. Is that what that is? It's your third eye peeking through your forehead. Oh my gosh. That is. That's how you saw your laptop. This is what was happening. That's your forehead with your eyeball peeking out. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Sorry, I'm just in a goofy mood.
That's all right.
But I needed this. I needed to cheer up. I wasn't down, but I wasn't feeling happy. So I am now, though.
Well, I'm here anytime you need a boost.
I
got your back, and
sorry, I know. I just always think of that stick figure picture. I got your back. And it's just funny to see the stick man holding the line, and the other one sitting there floating, the head, the arm, the leg. I got your back. That's just so funny to me. I actually did a t-shirt when I was making Shane Man, yeah.
Shane Man?
Kind of like Rain Man.
Oh.
Wapner at 4.
I need to get me one of those t-shirts.
Yeah. Thank you, Tony D. I look forward to it too, man. I wish I could do more of them. I love to do like, you know, coast to coast PM or something.
Coast to coast what?
Oh, well, they got Coast to Coast AM. It's a radio, all-night radio broadcast where they talk about UFOs and cool stuff. It's just totally my type of station. They're talking about all sorts of paranormal type of things.
Oh, I love that too. Me too.
But I can't really do it in the middle of the night, so it would be Coast to Coast PM instead of AM. Start at like noon, go till evening time. Excuse me.
Sorry for coughing in your ear.
Sorry, I burped at the same time. I don't know what the hell happened. We must have just got hit with a wave or something, right?
Yeah. We just shifted.
I know the gas in my chest did. That's funny.
Oh no! My heart is on my hand now.
Mine too. I think we shifted again. No. This has been a
Oh
blast. I
man.
appreciate you getting me, cheering me up. I hope everybody else feels. Uh-oh.
Oh. Oh oh. That's my line. Oh oh.
Well, this is Dion Arrington said, I'm not feeling good myself, feeling depressed. And,
Oh.
that's a word to everyone who is feeling down and depressed and things like that. Especially a lot of us are light workers and stuff. We have to do those things that we know picks us back up before we get too far down, like, because once you get so far down, you're like, I don't want to feel better. You just feel so crappy that you don't even want to feel better anymore. You're like, I just want to feel like crap, and you've got to stop it before it gets to that point. I like to try to nip it in the bud right away, whether it's putting on music. Like sometimes, if I'm in sort of an angry bad mood, I'll put on some Rage Against the Machine and you know just and I was surprised that the Rainbow what's her name? Aurora from the Flying
Oh.
Rainbow channel. I was so surprised when she goes,
Lasagna.
sometimes I like to put on some Rage Against the Machine. I'm like, what? She totally don't seem like a rage girl. Totally. But I love that, man, Rage Against
Yeah.
the Machine and just,
I think
get,
I'm gonna tell that story about when I called you last week. I didn't call you, but yeah. Anyway, I was feeling really down that day. I was crying. It was really intense. Um, Dan had said, nothing's gonna happen, right? It's just he doesn't see DME. He's not into, and he's just looking out for me. And I took it so personal, and it was like I was done with it. I didn't want to hear about it anymore. I just wanted out, and it was really bad. And I go to Shane. Don't ever go complain to Shane. He's gonna slap you in the face, but it works.
no,
You
now,
just
now,
told me basically what he just said. No, no, let me finish. Let
okay.
me finish. And at first, oh, that's all right. I went back in my cave, and I was upset that there was no compassion, and like, and then I put some music on, and well, I had a little help from some herb that the creator created for us.
There you go with those H's again. You can
Yeah,
you can forget about it on Herb. I'm just playing. I
yeah.
think of Herbie
Oh,
Hancock. But yeah, no, it was the compassionate thing to do. So you got to
I
understand that
know, but I didn't see it like that. It didn't feel that way. But that's exactly what I needed. And the next day, I had to do the same thing you did. So, but I was a little more compassionate. Just
oh,
saying. Just kidding.
I threw some smiley face emoticons in there.
I know. But see, it's hard texting. That's what
Yeah.
I find, because you don't see the emotions, you don't feel the emotions in words as much as on a face. But it was perfect, Shane. Thank you. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. You did exactly what I needed, and I am feeling so much better. And I'm really thankful for you, and I love you.
Oh, I'm thankful for you, and I love you too. And I think we all get like that, and I've always made it a point not to get on and try to use all of my viewers to help me in my therapeutic way, because I know in essence it would just make them feel worse, rather than, even if it made me feel better, it would be like I'm sort of pulling their energy in. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
that's right.
saying? And it's like we have our connection to source, and we can ask for higher help. We can you know, meditate and do those things. And that's why I say if you get on it right away, it's not such a task. But if you get so far down,
Yeah.
and you'll just start bringing other people down with you, it's sort of like a drowning person, you know, and
Yeah.
people are trying to save them, and then they're just pulling other people down too. And I think as light workers, we have to be anchors, and we have to use those tools to pull ourselves up at those times, because really that's the only way we can pull ourselves up without not pulling others down. You know, it might feel
Yeah.
better to talk it over with someone else, but at the same time you're going to bring their spirits down. So it is
Mm.
tough, you know. It's, and I find probably the most effective thing to do is put on music that makes you happy and dance around. It gets your heart pumping, and it can feel really good. You know, I can see that my viewer count isn't working. I guess I can take that off of there. Sorry, I got a big zero up there the whole time, guys. But anyway, yeah, and then I think it's so important right now. You know that
Mm.
because it's a struggle for all of us. You know,
It is.
it really is. I mean, I know it, and I hope it's not a downer for you guys to think like, wow, I don't feel happy all the time. He sure feels happy all the time. No, I make it a point not to get on. There's other YouTubers, I won't say any names, but I feel so drained after watching them because of them getting on there when they're just feeling so worn out, and you know, just when everything's weighing so heavy on them. And I want to make sure I don't turn around and do that same thing, because it's like, I don't know, it's hard enough as it is without spreading that
Yeah,
around.
that's
So
right. So don't worry, I won't go to you again.
no,
I'm just
just so it
teasing you.
doesn't just so it doesn't sound like she came to me for help, and I'm all like, look, don't bring me down, man. It wasn't really like that. It was like, hey, we got these tools available to us. It's
I
important that we learn how to
know.
pull to save ourselves, so to speak. You know what I mean? And it isn't really saving ourselves. It's just, like I said, it's hard for you to get help from another human without pulling them
Yes.
down. And I also said, you know, there's times when people, you know, somebody dies and they're dealing with trauma, and they really need a shoulder to cry on. That's a little different than I'm having a horrible day. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes.
there's a big difference in someone really needing a shoulder to cry on because something just happened and stuff, and being there for them with that. But just having a bad day, you can make other people have bad days if it's just something like that, a few minor things. You know, somebody cut me off and now I'm having the most horrible day, and then you're spreading that. You know what I'm getting at? It's like
Yeah.
just a difference.
I know exactly. But
Okay. You know
I
I
know
love
you
you to
have to say.
death, and you
I
can
know.
always come to me if someone dies or something. You know, you can come
Oh,
cry on my
okay.
shoulder. I'm just playing. I'm just teasing, but yeah,
I know.
I'm just saying if you're having a bad day, you know, use the tools
Yeah,
available
no,
to you.
but I needed that. I really needed that, like it's what I find is happening is just there's just like still little remnants of negativity or of self-pity or some little things, that you need to clear. And
Yes.
I'm getting, I think, to the bottom of the ditch here. There's hardly anything, and it passes really fast.
Yeah.
Like I was down, and after a few hours, I was okay again.
Hmm.
And it's just it's hard, and it's going fast, but it's worth the work. You guys can do it. Like it's
Yeah, and there's a lot of empaths, like who was just saying that? Karen K was saying how empaths really feel other people's moods, and it really drains them. And we're in a group of a bunch of empaths, so if we really got to get our, I was gonna say, we can got to get our stuff together and put our big boy pants on,
I read your
because
mind.
I wasn't gonna say it in French, you know. I'm just playing.
Oh, it's funny because in French we say the same word you say in
Oh,
English.
oh, shit! I didn't know that. I mean, shoot, I didn't know
Because it sounds better in English. It
that.
has more punch.
Right. That's funny. Yeah. So, yeah, it's like, you know, there's so many empaths. We don't want to bring down those people that need to be pulling up the people that don't really have the tools available to them. So that was really my only point. You know, I love you to death and I want the best for you, and you can always come to me. I don't feel like you can't come to me, but if it's like you spilled some coffee and you're just having a bad day or something like that, you know, we got to be able to handle those things. You know what I mean?
I
No,
know.
I'm not saying that was her issue, guys. It was just, you know.
No, it was not. It was a little bigger than that, but it's okay. I worked through it, and he's making me look like oh my nail shade.
It's kind of like the old "don't cry over spilt milk" saying. That's actually starting to make more sense, and I was like, that's a silly saying. But yeah, in a way, you know.
Yeah, I
We're
know.
we're there for each other. You know, I got your back.
No, I got yours. Yeah, I know.
Well, lots of love and light. I
You
can see
know.
we just hit the hour mark. Is there anything you want to say before we go? Before telling on me again about something? I'm just playing. But no,
Let's see.
it really is.
Let's
It
see.
seems
What else
heartless.
can I share with
It
you
is like
guys?
that. It's like that whole tough love thing. You know what I mean? It's like, gosh, it's rough. You know, it's sort of like if I went to the
It is.
bathroom right now and just said, "Hey, can you just take over the show for 5 minutes for me or something?" And it was like, you know, the eagle knocking its little eagling or whatever, little birdling, whatever they call little birds, out of the nest, and it's like it's fly or splat. You know,
Yeah,
it's sort of like that.
I know. But I don't want you to feel bad. Like it was perfect.
It was all out of love,
Yes,
not
I
out of
know.
aggravation or anything.
I know.
And I think
Well, guys,
more now than ever. You know, I think it's important that we all sort of graduate into that other level of realizing that too.
yes,
Because I've had to do that just recently. These are things that I just recently discovered. So don't feel like I'm like this guru, like telling you, I'm like, look, I just discovered that we can, you know, it was just something I'm just learning. So I'm sharing it. And just like we're sharing it with you guys,
that's
it's,
right. That's
we're
exactly what it
light
is.
workers. We're like light warriors. We gotta, oh, I shouldn't have said that word. Now it's gonna put me in that other category of videos. But oh well,
Oh well.
who cares? Lots of love and light
Ooh,
to each and every one of you guys. And I'll play this back and see how chopped up it sounds. And got Jason Kristofer in the chat. Man, I'd love to have you on sometime. I always enjoy your videos. Think that would be interesting. I don't know what happened to Light Warrior. I don't think I've seen any of his videos. I'd like to check up on him with you. And yeah, maybe I'll email you or something, man. But until next time, Jose, thank you so much for joining me, cheering me up,
well,
getting me in a good
I'm
mood.
glad you're feeling better.
Yes, I am.
Love you guys in the chat, everyone.
Yeah, I love you guys. Lots
Bye,
of love, my.
baby.
Bye bye, baby. Hasta la vista, baby.
Hasta la vista.
Baby. Bye bye. It glitched right at the end, but that's okay.